So hello friend, as you might be aware that I'm running this series on level of investment which will help you to achieve freedom at 40, and we are at third level, like level number 3, which we're going to talk about small case. So now don't be confused this small case with small cap, because small cap is the kind of companies which are smaller in size, smaller in capitalization. But I'm going to talk about a startup which I'm following from maybe past 3-4 years, and I got really good returns. So I will show you my returns also. I will explain about how to search on small case and everything about small case in this video. So let's begin. So friends, as I told you in a earlier video, that when you are being an investor, you have to increase your game as soon, like as your money is growing, as your savings is growing, as your like age is growing, your patience is growing. You have to now it is possible that somebody invest all their money in FD and they can become financially comfortable. Yes, very much possible, but that will take time. It is also possible that you invest all the money in mutual fund and just forget everything about it. Still, it's possible that you can become rich. But as a CA, let me tell you, there are so many opportunities open up when your investment grows beyond a level, when your risk-taking capacity grows beyond a level. And see, understand, risk and return goes hand by hand. So it's always makes sense for me, at least, that when my income grows, when my saving grows, I slightly increase my risk and go to those areas which is not open to general small investor, because those are uncrowded areas and possibly I can get slightly better return on those things. So in this video, I'm going to talk about small case. Now, what is a small case? You can go to Google and search about it. But here I'm going to tell you some important part. So first thing, it's an investment startup which is started by Vasant Kamath, and it is sponsored by Zerodha's Nitin Kamath and Nikhil Kamath. Now, just don't confuse with the surnames. They are not relative, just like I am and Manoj Tiwari are not related. So the basic idea was basically for this platform was that they are going to find and create concentrated portfolios. Like in general mutual fund, you can find 50, 60 or maybe 200 companies. But in their portfolio, it is 10 to 15 companies. So it's very targeted, very concentrated portfolio. So I cannot recommend you this investment just after you start your investment. But yes, once you are comfortable, like you have your first 10 lakh rupees invested in mutual fund, now you're looking for slightly bigger, better, even maybe slightly riskier investment, you can think about a small case. So with the screen, I'm going to show you about the small case, the whole app, and how much return I got over the period, how to choose your small case, and how much cost is incurred, how to minimize your cost, everything here itself. So let's begin. So here is my screen recording, and you can see this small case is here. Now here the first important part, I will show you my own investments and how much return they got it so far. Now you can see there, these are my small case. So these are the name of the portfolios, right? And in each portfolio you can find 10-15 different stocks. Now let me tell you, first thing, small case is just a platform, right? So they have their own portfolio, and there are other investment advisors who are registered with SEBI. They put their own portfolios. Now there are two type of portfolios. First type of portfolio is paid portfolio, and second type of free portfolio. So not all the portfolios are free, not all the portfolios are paid. I will explain you more about that, but just first have a look whether these investment make sense or not. So you can see these are my investment. First investment is realty tracker. It is an investment focus on the company in real estate. Then growth and income, basically on those companies who are focused more on growth and certain income generation also. This timeless asset allocation is basically a core investment, which the part of that they invest in liquid fund, part of that they invest in equity fund. So it is kind of that. Then you can see electric mobility. You can understand with the name, they are more focused on like EVs, right? Then equity and gold, there are two more important investment here. Some part is invested in equity, some part invested in gold. And the third is ARQ Prime by Angel One. So this Angel One is more algo trading investment portfolio, more kind of algo trading. So they do a lot of churning. Now you can see their return. So these are all-time returns, like 10% here, 15% here, 17% here, 16% here, 2.62% here, 8.25%, and yeah, one more portfolio is there, canceling. Canceling is basically a formula through which you select a portfolio in which I recently invested 1.91. Now, don't bother about their returns. We have to look at CAGR. So if I click any portfolio, you can see when I have invested, and like I just invested on 24 2025, so not even 1 month happened. They have given me 2% return, which is not bad. Now here we are going to see XIRR. So XIRR is basically the actual way of judging return on any investment. Now if I say one fund has given me 90% return, then what you will think? Then in 1 year it has given 90%. But ideally, I have to see whether I invested all my 10 lakh rupees in start of that 1 year, or in middle of 1 year, or in last of 1 year. Or maybe I can invest like an SIP, 1 lakh rupees every month. So if I'm going to invest not regularly, like, or maybe through like an SIP, then I have to check this XIRR. Now XIRR basically is going to talk about how much return I generated with how much money I invested for how much time. So for SIP or SIP type of investment, this is very good. And let me tell you one good thing. These investment can be done through SIP also. So if you don't want to break or time your investment, like when the market is down, I'm going to put 1 lakh rupees, you can simply put SIP. You can automate your investment every month. You can even give the date. I will tell you that also. And every month that much amount will be deducted from your bank account and invested here. So let me take you through all other investment which I have invested more than 1 year. Now let's talk about this. Now this, you say it's at 15% return only, but you see I invested in January 2023, so it's approximately 2 years. Now you see the XIR, it's 31%, right? That means on an average effective rate of return is 31.20%. Well, total you can see, okay fine, it's 15%, it is not that much great, but understand, as I invested, maybe this is because I might have invested lesser amount in the starting and more amount in the recent period. So that's why the XIR is more than the actual rate of return. Now 31% year on year is a great return in any way, any sense you can think about. These are the companies which has been invested. Now, no, don't try to copy these companies because these are kept updated every quarter, every month. They keep some updation. So this is going to change. Maybe by the time this video is posted, it is already changed, right? The only thing I want to show that how much return they are giving, whether they are worth or not. Even I'm going to reality tracker, and you can see it's 16%. And let me tell you, if anything gives me more than 15%, I'm more than happy, because I'm a long-term investor. With 15-16%, if you look at any mutual fund for 10 years of investment, they don't give more than 12, 15%, 13%. So if you're beating 15% return on 10-year period, you should be happy. Now, and this is happening despite the fact in recent maybe 6 months market has been like through the bloodbath, lot of selling has been done. I have booked some profit also already from this, and this will also I will show you. And this, you see, you can look at this, this is 14%. Now if we just put it here, you can see another thing, that how much amount I already realized. So I have booked some profit, and what is the current return. So total return is basically 3,91,000. Out of that, this much return I already, so this fund has generated 14.2%. Now this timeless asset, if you see properly, these are not equity funds. These, some part invested in gold, some part invested in Nifty Next 50, some part is Nifty 50, and some part are in liquid funds. So these are not completely equity funds. So you cannot expect like 20% XIR on this, right? So other funds also, if you see, these are really generated good return, XIRR, actual rate of return, annualized rate of return, 28%. Oh my God, it's good. And understand, this is how real long-term investment generate return. If somebody says 50%, 20%, see, one or two of your mutual fund, stocks can become double also. But you have to look at average rate of return, because that's what you're going to get. Most of the time people talk, oh, on one of my stock I got 100% return. but you have to look at average return on your portfolio. Maybe in some of your stock, it is 100% loss also, right? So always you have to look at average rate of return. So one thing you can see here that, and I invested here for quite some time back, September 2021. I think 4 or 5 years has happened. So one thing I can qualify here that I have been there with this startup for I think more than 4 years, and or maybe 3.5 years, and I am qualified to comment on some part of that. This is good. Now another part I have to tell you how much they charge. So for that, let me take you to discover section. Now discover section where you can find all the small cap. So small caps are like mutual fund schemes. Like you can find a lot of mutual fund companies, like Tata is a mutual fund company, SBI AMC is a mutual fund company, but SBI AMC, they may have 200 mutual fund schemes. Like here also there are fund managers. So if I click it here, these are managers. These are all name of the manager. Now Windmill Capital is their in-house fund manager. So for SmallCase, these are their own company, and they are running 69 SmallCase. That means 69 different schemes, different portfolios, right? So this way you can see these are so many companies are there who are working as a fund manager, or you can say as a investment advisor, and then somebody has 10 small case, somebody has 9 small case, somebody has 5 small case. So they are running different portfolio. Now if you go to all small case, there are two type of small case available. One is free access, that means you don't have to pay anything, and second is free. Now if you do look at this free access, these are the all funds, and you can go here and you can choose that 5 year period which is the best fund. Again, you can choose as per your risk profile also. So if you want like very high risk, these are high risk profile. If you want just medium, you can check on medium profile, medium risk, or medium volatile funds also, small case also, and then you can go to low also. So low, they are saying no, nobody is there. So basically these are high risk, high return kind of investment. Anyhow, so if you put this high risk, then these are all free funds which you can start investing. So it's not required that you directly go and buy some fee based. Why it is required to start free? Let me tell you. Most of these, they generally charge 1000 rupees per month. So that means yearly they will charge 12,000 rupees. Now I do not want to make my investment costly than mutual fund investment. Now in mutual fund investment, generally they charge 1%. So if I'm paying 12,000 rupees for one fund for a year, I should at least require 12 lakh rupees of portfolio. Now, if I don't have 12 lakh rupees of portfolio, suppose I have only 1 lakh rupees of portfolio and I'm paying 12,000 rupees as a fees, then my cost become 12%. Then what is the return I'm going to get? You got my point. So initially you should start with the free. You always should start with the free small case, free portfolios, because there you don't have to pay anything. So you can start with 50,000 also, you can start with 10,000 also. You don't have to bother about cost. So these are top investment. You can see any one from this top 5 or top 3 you can choose, and just stay invested for at least 2-3 years. Give them some time. Don't keep jumping like mutual fund people do. So here, as I told you, you can go to all small case, you can filter on free access. As per your risk profile, you can choose medium, low, or high, and then all from the top you can choose any one. And you see this is CAGR 34%, 31% is wonderful, and this is 5 years CAGR, right? I generally take 5-year CAGR. I don't take 3-year CAGR. Reason is last 3 years if you see, it's a bull run. So you will get lot of companies who has just got return because there is a bull market. But 5 years slightly better, bigger period. So you can get at least the real winner, the people, the funds which has really performed well. So you can choose any fund from here. Now, another thing, good thing about it, if you just want to like you want to come here and you have seen something and you are not very sure that you want to invest or not, you can put these funds in the watch list. Now if you put the watch list, you can see here, so you have not invested single rupees, but watch list means if I putting a small case today in my watch list, I can see after 1 month, 2 months how much they have performed. So before putting my real money, I can check whether these funds are generating some return on that. Now you see I have put a lot of funds on my watch list, and you can see their returns and from where the return is calculated. For example, this is today we have booked. So yeah, it's forget about it, this is not true. But if you see this fund I have put on 24 Jan and it is generated nothing. Second, if you see this fund I have put in 24 Jan and it has generated 5% return, which is good. Another fund, you see this fund I put on 24 Jan and it is giving 3.22%, which is again good. Same here is giving 4.17%. This is giving some losses. This is giving 1.99%. So this way I can put all whatever fund I like that I should invest in that, or maybe next 10,000 I'm going to invest here. So I will first put in watch list, maybe monitor for 1-2 months, and then whatever fund is performing better, I can start investing that. As I told you, you can invest one time also, you can invest through SIP also. Also, I told you through this SIP, you can make automated investment also. Like you can start an SIP here, and once you start SIP, then they give you an option that if you want manual SIP, that means in manual SIP, you can go there in that particular date or even after that day, and you can pay manually. And automatically, it will directly deduct it from your bank account. But here is a caution. If you are putting automated SIP, first thing, the SIP will be bigger, because in manual you can change the amount. So for example, for if I'm buying this, say this reality tracker, so suppose for if I'm buying this, I have to buy every stock in the number provided. That means my one SIP can go 1 lakh rupees also. Now it's not possible that every month I will have 1 lakh rupees to invest. Suppose I just want to invest 10,000, so I will not be able to buy all these stocks, right? I will buy some stocks. In that case, what happened? The manual SIP is better, because then I can decide how much money I have every month and then I can invest. If I'm putting automated SIP, there is another problem, that if there will not be any fund, then my bank is going to charge me a penalty which can be 300 to 500 rupees for return SIP authorization. So always, if you have money and you can sure that okay, always I can manage money in my this bank account, then go for automatic SIP. It's fully automated, you don't have to bother. But if you are not very sure about availability of fund, go with the manual SIP. So this is one thing I told you. Now there is one more thing, more better thing, which is called Create, which I like. Create is basically more about like you will create your own, you can say your own small case portfolio. So suppose you got some idea, okay, if I buy these 10 stocks, what will happen? So you can create a portfolio here and you can check that how much their return they are generating before investing in that. Like I got some idea like Long Star. Long Star is basically some stocks with some idea I have created. I don't remember now. So here you can see I created on 19 Feb 2024, which is almost 1 year, and in 1 year it just given me a negative return of point minus 0.86%. So this is a very good idea where I can test my own idea if I want to test my idea, and then I can check whether it's working or not working before putting the real money. There are so many other things also which you can search about that. Like you can link your mutual fund from your Demat account. Oh yeah, one more important thing I forget to tell you. This small case only works if you already have a Demat account. So this is a app which basically linked with your Demat account, and every transaction is done on your Demat account initiated from this small case. So small case is not a separate investment app. This is an app which only can allow that you can shoot your orders, but your orders happens on Demat account. So this only will work if you have Demat account with any one of the big broker. So most of the big broker, they have covered like Zerodha, Angel One, Kai, anything you can ask about. So most of the big broker already there. So if you have a Demat account, you just have to link with small case and you can start investing. All your investment will show here also, it will show in your Demat account also, right? So buy, sell, everything you can start from here itself, and performance you can check from here, but all the stocks will be in your Demat account safely. It will not be with small case, because some people can feel, sir, this is a new company, what if they run away with my money, with my investment? So there is no investment lying here in investment in small case. Small case is only going to manage the performance and order execution part. Everything, like mutual fund, or sorry, every stock you're going to buy is going to be in your Demat account as usual. So friends, Hope I answered most of the question. If you got any other query on small case about how to check it, how to find better mutual funds or better small case, what are the charges, other charges they're going to charge, whether they're going to charge some fees if I'm going to early exit. No, there is no fees. So I'm going to answer all the question, all the queries which is there in your mind before you start investing. So this small case you can start without Demat also. If you just want to make some inquiries or want to check everything, it's possible. The real investment you can only start when you link it with your Demat account. So that's all in this video, friends. I hope you like this video, and if you got query, of course you can ask question. That's all. Thank you. Have a nice day.